click on create. It is file, there is home, there is create table. Once you click that, it gives you a tentative table here. We had already created one before, but we are now working on this. So you can add the different fields. In Excel, we call them columns, but in Access, they are fields. For example, if you want to create a table for customer information, I can double click here and change this to customer ID, and then come to the next one, and I can now add maybe first name if I wanted to record or keep the customer names. So click here and I put first name, and then I continue. I click here. I use short text. I'll explain all this later on. Click here, and we want to keep here. We want to keep the surname. It should be short text. So surname, and then we got on to telephone number. So telephone number, basically you can also use short text. Telephone number, and then next we can say email. Email, you can also use short text to email, and then address. For address, I can use longer text. Longer text, that's where you are going to keep more than 255 characters. So address here. So as you can see, there are many options. Just to give you a brief what these ones mean, if the information you are going to keep in a field is short, like names, use short text. If it's a number, use number, and the shorter number, use number. If it's a big number, use large number. If it is money, use currency. If it is date, you use date. That's we shall see. If it is yes or no, a situation whereby you want to ask yourself, is it delivered? Yes. It can either be yes or no. If you are going to keep large text, you use long text. If you want to use attachments, if you want to attach pictures, we use attachments. I will explain the rest as we go along. So this is how you create a table. So you can now save your table by click here, or you can close. When you close, it will prompt you to save the table, and I'm going to call this table customer table. So it's better to append it with a T, meaning it is a table. So once I click that, I will have customer table created. I created one before, so we have two tables here. You can as well delete this table. We don't need it since you've created one. It will ask you if you want to delete. So I'm even showing you now how you can even manage the table. So you can see here, once I put in the name, say my name, Andrew, the other name, first name, it automatically allocates this customer ID, and the telephone number 00, say just the imaginary number, email, maybe Andrew, maybe AND at Gmail. These are imaginary numbers. Address, maybe you can say New York, just examples. So you can see I've already put in the first record. You can put in the second record. So that's one way of creating a table. So when I close this table, of course it will ask you sometime to save. You say yes. So when I go back to the information will be there. But there is also another way how you can create a table using a design view. design view. In order for us to see the design view, the background of this table, you right click here. It's a design view. You can see the background of the table. That's the design view. I will be showing you more details on how to handle a design view, but in short, if you want to create from design view, you can create. At first we clicked here, we created this, but now if you want design view, you can click here and it gives you an option to set the table yourself, assuming that you wanted to do a table for order ID, rather order table. You want to come up with an order table, you just say order ID. Okay, yes, and you want this one to be an auto number, and then you maybe want to say a customer, if customers are going to place orders, customer ID, this one we can make it a number. I will show you how you can connect two tables such that we come up with relationships. Order date. Now here you see it is a date, so you have to use date, and then item ordered. Come here, it's a text. It could be maybe they have ordered sugar, and then you can have notes. Probably if you want to keep some information, this should be a longer text. And you can also have whether it is delivered. That's where you ask yourself, is it delivered? You'd say you want to use yes or no. So once I'm done with that, I can save my table. I say order T table. We don't need to use the whole word table, the full word. So I'm done with that. So it's done. So it's asking you, there is no primary key. Primary key is the unique identifier. So you can say, do you want to create a primary key? Yes. But another way of creating a primary key, you right click here. I've removed the key. You right click, I've added the key. So in short, that's how you create a Microsoft Access tables using those two methods. Whatever you find easy to use, it's okay. I can close this. So if I want to go back to maybe add more fields or columns in a table, but the right word is fields, but make it easier. I want to use what most of us are used with the column. If I want to add another column, I can always go back to design view. Right, you see this design view, it takes me back. However, if I want to show the table, you just double click it, and I'm able to put information in here. So you can say order customer ID 1. This one is automatically generated. You can even see the date time picker. You can always use the date time picker. Item ordered, maybe it can be a car, and then notes, maybe car is maybe sugar. Notes, you can put some notes, maybe frequent customer. If you want to do CRM, and if it is delivered, you can say yes. You put a tick. You can see now the tick is coming. You can even use yes or no, but I think this is more efficient. So that's how you create the Microsoft Access tables.